Joining me now to discuss is Grover Norquist, the president of Americans for Tax Reform. He's author of the book, Leave Us Alone, Getting the Government's Hands Off Our Money, Our Guns, and Our Lives. Grover, if you oppose this move, if you vote no on my poll question today, aren't you endorsing the non-payment of taxes?
No, of course not. This is a new invasion of the privacy of the American people. We haven't had this law before. It used to take $20,000 and 200 different exchanges to trigger the sending in your private information to the IRS. This is a massive invasion of the privacy of the American people. It's not just reporting income. It is reporting any payment that you get. If you sell, you've had your 3 children, you've got all the children's stuff, you sell it for $1,000 online, and you get a $1,000 check, the IRS says, that's $1,000 of income. You got the receipts for all of those years and years of children's clothes? If not, you could be audited. If not, you better pay the tax on the $1,000 that was not income. But as far as the IRS is concerned, until you prove it isn't income, it is too.
Regardless of my receipt of a 1099-K form, I needed to pay my taxes. I have an obligation to pay my taxes. Presumably, the IRS needs to do this because the gig economy has grown so large and so many aren't paying their taxes. So my question to you is, what should they do? If not this, what should they be doing?
Well, they should repeal this until, for starters, they have some idea what they're doing and they can tell the American people what they're doing. We have a series of challenges with this IRS. They're not picking up most phone calls that come in, less than 50%, maybe 20%. You call in and say, what do? I got this 1099-K. I don't know what a 1099-K is. And the government is being sent information on you that you don't know about, and then they're calling you or sending you notes saying you owe this money, and I go, why? You can't call the IRS and get through at present. That's a problem. And the privacy, your privacy, doesn't exist anymore. You may remember when tens of thousands of IRS documents, people's actual audits, were shared with a left-wing organization, taken from the IRS, stolen from the IRS, very illegal. The IRS has made no effort and cannot tell Congress how this happened or what they're going to do to stop it. And they've refused to tell the Congress, never mind the American people, they won't even tell Congress what's happening there. They now got caught by their own internal investigators destroying about 30 million tax documents. They won't tell the Congress how they were destroyed. Were they burned? Were they buried? What happened? Were they lost? They're gone. They say they're destroyed. They won't answer these questions. That may be data to your pieces of paper.
I hear your argument,
and you're
but I come
add
back to
millions
this.
of more pieces of paper that people have to send in.
I don't know if people still speak of getting paid under the table, but that's what we're talking about here. You know, the under the table economy has grown exponentially as the gig economy has taken off. So what is the IRS supposed to be doing? Because I'll bet you don't want them to have 87,000 new employees, but unless they get them, they're not going to be able to answer the phone.
Well, we were doing very well with the requirement that $20,000 has to be significant, and that we're not supposed to be catching kids that are raking lawns for a living. And the question is, how much of your personal data do you trust the presently structured IRS? Until there's some reforms, those 1099s we know are not secure because the IRS has a very bad habit of letting this stuff leak or handing it out or letting it be stolen.
I hear you. Again, you're telling me what they shouldn't do. Let's answer social media together. I'll read it aloud in case you can't see it. Catherine, put it up on the screen, and Grover Norquist can respond to it with me. Can't wait to get audited for all that pizza. My friends pay me back. For that, I'm not reporting. The point obvious, and look, we Venmo our kids, so I guess I'm going to get caught up in this all of a sudden, and I'm going to have to explain that these are just gifts for our children who are students, as opposed to income that they've received. You want to respond to the pizza comment?
Well, it's those kind of exchanges that can show up as income, even though it may be paying somebody back. What it means is the IRS now has the ability to tell you they're going to audit you because they have questions. This will allow the IRS to audit anybody, just about anybody in the country who uses Venmo or PayPal or any of those various things, and say, we need to see your receipts. Do you have receipts? If you don't have receipts, you owe taxes on what's not income, but was cash to you. And it's a very big deal. People don't have receipts for that, and it's going to be a mess, and the IRS is not prepared for this.
Grover, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Okay, hopefully we can get it repealed.